Hey DM, this is going to be my recap from my last session, which took place on August 21st, 2019. So I figured that I would give like a broader contextual recap about what's going on with Sage and then move into what happened in that last session. So, in general, what's going on since Sage was in the underworld with Lysandra and some of the other members in the cavern, and Amonra was helping us get home. It's been anywhere from like 1 to 10 years since that period. Now, I would say it's probably closer to the 10-year point because the cavern has changed a lot more than I would imagine it could have changed in a year. But that is kind of like that's the information I was given and kind of how I feel about this situation. So in session one was largely about it was jumping back and forth between time. Pardon me. It was jumping back and forth between time, and um, one thing that was happening. It's hard to say. It's like I don't even know if I want to say it's the most present thing. However you want to think about that. Like I think what's presently happening is I'm sitting inside of a dungeon. That's what I think is probably happening right now. But I have visions, so it's hard to tell. So how I'm gonna frame that. So there's the dungeon. There's like the dungeon thing happening. There's the regular course of things that are happening, and then there's the information I'm getting about the past. So the dungeon stuff that's happening, which seems to either be, let's say, the furthest sequential events that I'm aware of, the furthest point in time that Tamir is aware of. I'm sitting in a dungeon, and I have like this like wound on my leg, and got nasty clothes on me and shackles and stuff like that. So what's going on in the game for session one is that was the session where Horizon and Sage were going to meet. What was the guy's name? Cayman Fred. Cayman, he was one of the people who I think we were trying to recruit from the Church of Atiru. Basically, during the meeting, he ended up turning into this like man bat type creature, and he attacked us. Horizon got injured pretty badly, if I'm remembering correctly. I think she got caught in the face with some like poisonous acidy spit stuff or something like that. I think it was just poisonous actually. So she went down. That was kind of like basically what that session was dealing with. The second session, that session picked up. Oh, at the end of that first session, I got gashed in the leg by Cayman, and I woke up again, and I was in that dungeon, and I had like the old scar on my leg. So presumably, Cayman is the one who gave me that scar. So, in the second session was basically about more background about the cavern and everything what's been happening over the past 1 to 10 years, and it was having a roundtable meeting. The roundtable meeting had like a bunch of people from the roundtable: Future Rain, Cold Stone, Kamara Knight, Lore Neptune, Elo Quoki, Charity Trang, Policia, Ainum, Theorem Wright, Jameson, Hertzbane, Astrid, Ragnild, and Randy Beauregardner were all there at the meeting. And we were just discussing some stuff that we wanted to happen. It was actually just kind of like future briefing us. It wasn't even much of a broad discussion. We were setting up another meeting to come, talking about how the Church of Atiru was a threat, as a possible threat. Cold Stone was talking about all the different missions he has, and he does like stuff where he sends a lot of people into the field, and hit like Cold Stone's personnel is very sought after. Like I think Horizon works for him, and or maybe it's Dawn, but these are the kind of people a lot of times people want to pull away to do other things, and Cold Stone's like, listen, man, I'm too busy. One of the big things that came out of that was Anan was talking about how the Silver Dragon Sarayu had returned from the dead and was now a threat to his family, and he was definitely trying to kill him. That was some of the stuff. Now, again, this was all happened before, not the last session. I was just giving some broader context. And the meeting ends, and next thing I know, I'm suddenly in a different place. I'm feeling dread, feeling weighed down, and I'm feeling like a human who can't breathe. That's my 2 sessions.